In this weekly forex forecast, we're going to look at the US dollar index, the EUROUSD, GBPUSD, WTI, or you can call it crude oil, and we're going to look at the USDZAR. You can call it the USD South African Rand. Welcome to my channel once again. This is Macro Market FX, where I'll be analyzing this pair. I'll cover the technical analysis. I will look at the macroeconomic overview, and we'll look at the weekly news ahead. In our previous videos, we also covered the CO2 report. By the time I'm making this video, the CO2 report was not published yet, and this was due to the holidays in the United States, the 4th of July, 4th of July holidays. So you're going to look at the macroeconomic approach, and you're going to look at the technical approach. So starting this week, you're going to start with the DXY, or you can call it the US dollar index, whereby this pair, we were selling this pair over the long term, and we are looking for our main take profit target, which was at the 94.60, whereby right now currently the price is at, it's at 96. It's at 96, and I'll continue looking for sell opportunities on this pair due to the economic policy, due to the US economic, due to the US economic policy, whereby currently right now the US is economic, it is not growing, it is declining. You can see it, the GDP first quarter report, which is at negative 0.5. You can look at the central bank policy, whereby they're reducing interest rates, but currently now they have stopped reducing interest rates due to they are looking for the inflation issue, the tariffs issue, which is the main impact, whereby the tariffs issue has led to a lot of decline in the US dollar, currency, US dollar economic overall. So when the US dollar economic is affected, this will lead to its currency in the market to devalue. So that's why we have been selling this pair from the 108, and currently I know it's at 96, whereby we are looking for retracement. We're looking for retracement around the 97.91. It's going to be an entry price. You enter at the 97.91 for retracement, and are going to sell it until to the 94. This is a weekly time frame, whereby we see prices that was respecting all our moves. This was not just because of a technical analysis. We are looking pairs from the macroeconomic approach, whereby the macroeconomic approach, the economic indicators of two different countries tell us what will happen in the market. So currently right now, the US dollar is devalued, and you know that. So what will happen in this currency in the market? Always says currency will devalue. When the US economy is strong, the currency, this is what will happen. You must always look at the macroeconomic approach to tell what is going to happen to the currency in the market. So let's look at the daily time frame for a quick overview. See price have been up, down, up, down. So right now, as I say, you're looking for a retracement around the 97. So price right now is at trading at the price of 96. So we're going to wait until it comes back to the 97. So here's going to be another sell entry point, and we're going to sell it until to the take profit target of the sell take profit target of the 94. The 94, whereby this is going to be a main take profit target of the 94. This is the EUROUSD. Okay, this is the US dollar index. Okay, right now let's go to look at the EUROUSD. As you also know, guys, the EUROUSD and the DXY, they do correlate. So when you are selling the DXY, it means you are buying the EUROUSD. When you are when you are buying the DXY, it means you are selling the USD. So why is the USD an uptrend? This is due to the different economic policy, monetary policy between the two countries. Not also the monetary policy. Also, you look at the overall macroeconomic indicators such as the GDP. Currently, right now, the Euro's got a good GDP more compared to the US, where the US GDP is at negative 0.5. You can look at this inflation. US inflation is still strong compared to still high compared to the euro, whereby its inflation has come down, and it's reaching its target, which is needed to be reached. So this is a big opportunity to continue buying the euro over the dollar. And don't forget the tariffs issue, guys. This tariffs issue led to the devaluation of the US economy, which led to the devaluation of the dollar in the market. So what will it mean? That the euro is going to have a great power, a great strength compared to the US in the market. As we are looking for buying position. So we continue looking for buying position on this pair. Whereby we started buying this pair around the 1.03, and currently right now it's at 1.17, whereby our main take profit target was at 1.20. So currently you are going to look for retracement whereby price will come back until look for your buying position is going to be around 1.15.1.1.1587 whereby you're going to look for buy entries around here. I'm going to buy it until 1.20 whereby this is going to be our main take profit target. For those who are following my videos from the previous months, who took entries around here, they'll be in a big huge profit. But that doesn't matter. It's still in the economy, the macroeconomic economic perspective, still the euro is way more better than the USD. So and it is going to be looked around 1.15, 84.7 to 1.20. Here it is. Let's continue looking at our other pair. Let's take a look at the GDP USD. This GDP USD it will be the same as the euro. As the euro USD is going to be the same as the DXY. Whenever the DXY is devaluing, means there will be the currency, other currencies will benefit from that. There will be strength when the dollar is devaluing in the market. Means other currencies will have a lot of strength compared to the dollar. This is what is happening to the to the to the GDP USD. That's also a lot of strength on the pound. A little strength of the pound. This is daily time frame. Let's take a look at the weekly time frame. You see a lot of strength of the pound. What made this strength? It's not about the technical analysis, guys. You must look at the pair from the macroeconomic view. This was quoted by the macroeconomic view. When I mean macroeconomic view, I mean the macroeconomic indicators. So as I said the central economic policy, the central bank policy between the two countries. Don't forget the GDP, the unemployment factors like this help to show where the currency is going in the market. So currently right now we are buying the GDP USD, whereby our main take profit target is going to be 1.40, whereby currently the price right now is at 1.36, 1.36. So what we're looking for a retracement around, we're looking for a retracement around 1.35, 1.35. 145 is going to be a retracement. So current now price is here. So we're looking for retracement around this area here. So this is going to be a buy, a buy area whereby we're going to buy this pair until to the 1.40. So price will come and correlate around this area here, 1.3575. It can drop a little until to 1.35.10, but this is going to be a main key area to watch out. So whenever price is here, this is a buying opportunity directly to 1.40, just like the DXY, just like the USD. So let's take a look at our the other page. We're going to look at the USDZAR, or some can call it the USD South African Rand. Guys, this is a great opportunity, and don't forget this USDZAR is a carry trade pair, whereby you benefit not only from the profits but from the carry trade. What do I mean carry trade? I mean the difference in interest rates. So the USD has an interest rate of 4.35%, whereby the South African has an interest rate of 7.25%, whereby the South African has a great interest rate compared to the US. So mean that the South African bond are more favorable in terms of return more than the US. So this means that a lot of capital will be flown from the US to the South African. Due to that, when investors invest in the South African rand, they get a huge percentage, a huge return of their capital, the fixed income, the bonds. So what will it mean to the market? It means that South African will have a lot of cash inflows compared to the US. Don't forget about the macroeconomic indicators. So this will mean that South Africa will have a lot of liquidity compared to the US dollar, which will make its currency in the market to also to have strength compared to the US dollar. And you're adding with factors like the central bank policies, you're adding factors like the macroeconomic indicators, which I've said earlier before. That's why we are selling this pair, and we'll continue selling it. Those who miss out this pair of selling it from from 19.12 it went until to the 17.67, whereby when it reached the 17.67 it became an interest here. This was a sell entry whereby I shared it in my previous videos. You can take a look at them. And guys, don't forget I've made a special video concerning the South African rand. I'll keep the link in my bio, wherever I've explained the pair from the economic to the central bank policies, govern the technical policies, the COT report data, the COT whereby look at the large speculators, mean the big banks, how they perform in the market, how they place their liquidities on these currencies. So we are continue looking for a sell opportunity like you have I've shown you in the other pairs. So what you're going to do here, you're going to look for sell opportunities around here, around the 17.67 here. So price currently now is at the price of 17.57. So we're going to wait for the price to come back until this area. When price comes back around until this area, it's going to be a sell position up to a take profit target of 17.23. So you have to wait the price to reach until 17.67, whereby it's going to be our entry, and we're going to sell it until 17.23. 17.23. The last of today, we're going to look at the WTI, or some can call it crude oil, guys. Don't forget, this is the summertime. We're in the summertime, so this will lead to a lot of movement in the oil prices. Don't forget the demand of oil. Oil is driven by the demand, and you can see the demand is keep on increasing daily to month to month. You can see them on the PMI, the manufacturing PMIs of different countries. They're above the 50, which is a good zone. European PMI star, they're coming up to 50. You can look at the Australian PMIs, the Japanese PMIs, the manufacturing PMIs, the composite PMI, the service PMI. So those will lead to a lot of consumption of crude oil, so which will lead to the price to go up. So what are we looking at crude oil, guys? Crude oil looking for a long term, a long position, a buy position, whereby price currently lands at the is at 66.50, whereby you're going to wait for price to break this area and come back to test around the 67.30, whereby when price come right there around the 67.30, you are going to buy this area and you are going to take it all along to the price of 77. So our take profit target on the crude oil is going to be 77, whereby entry price is going to be 67. It's going to be 67. So this is the opportunity I'm giving you this week. There are no updates on the COT, so that's why I've covered the technical analysis, but most of all, I've covered the macroeconomic analysis, which is the main driver of, of currency movement in the market. The difference between the currency strength, currency economic policies, economic indicators, macro, we can call it the macroeconomic approach. These are the things which drive the market. So let's take a look at the weekly news ahead, guys. As a trader, you must know what the news are gathering this the weekly ahead. So you must you must always look at the news. It's not about just drawing lines. It's not about looking at support and resistance. You must know what are the news heading this week. This news help enable you to understand what will happen to the market. But don't forget, as I said earlier, the main thing which drives the market is the macroeconomic indicator. So this news will not affect the market as you think that the news will affect the market. No, but will give you awareness of what will be going on in the market. That's why we always look at news in the market. So this week the news is going to be as follows, whereby in the week ahead you're going to look at news, the big news which is going to be the first news: Trump trade deadline. So as you know, the tariff issue I've spoken man when I was explaining to you about the charts, the difference between economic between two countries, why the tariff issue which have led to the devaluation of the US economy, and the US which led to the devaluation of the currency, the US currency in the market. So as you know, Trump gave a 90 days pause of the tariffs which imposed on several countries, whereby it is going to end on the July of 9th, whereby that's why they say Trump trade decline. So it's the big news to watch out, and it's going to cause a lot of volatility in the market. We're going to look at the FOMC meeting. When I mean the FOMC meeting, I mean last week the US Federal Reserve released his interest rate policy update, whereby it's still at the 4%, 4.4%, whereby it's saying it's still looking at the inflation, progress of inflation, it's looking at the progress of unemployment, whereby it's still going to be the main gauge of the Federal Reserve to cut its interest rates, whereby it's also said that the tariffs issue is going to be a big delay for the central bank of the US to reduce its interest rates. You're also going to look at the OPEC, guys. The OPEC, that's what I said, the crude oil. And according to why I'm recording this video, this meeting has already been taking place, whereby they said they have, according to the reports, they have said that on September they are going to increase oil production, whereby it's going to be around 500k production per day. So it's news you must take a look at it. You're going to look at the RBA, the Australian interest rate policy ahead, whereby a lot of market expectation, and according to the data, the Australian, they are going to use their interest rate. You're going to look also at the NZD interest rates, whereby according to the market analysis, according to data, they're going to remain at the current interest rate of 3.50. You're going to have the UK GDP, and lastly, you're going to look at the Canadian jobs, whereby Canada is among the countries whereby it's still fighting on tariffs with the US. So is all these news are the news we want you to take a look at this week. The mainly economic news which are going to affect my market, but don't forget what the macroeconomic approaches of the country, the different countries. So guys, thank you for taking your time listening to my video, and please don't forget to share this video with other people, so you must grow this macro market FX community. And don't forget to like my channel, don't forget to subscribe. So also comment whenever you're feeling you want to, if you want, whenever you're feeling you want to say something, please comment on my comments below, and I read at every comment, and I'll reply to you. When I feel there's a lot of errors, just correct me. That's how we grow. That's how we grow. I need this community to grow a lot, people to have an awareness on the forex market. Because forex market is not always about buying and selling. It's not always about support and resistance. Yeah, support and resistance may play the part of forex, but you must know the economic output, say the economic overview of the currency. That's what I'm saying. That's what I've told you since my 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 videos of back then. That's what the Euro USD is going to be an uptrend since 120. We're heading to the 120. The DXY is going to be a downtrend. You're saying the DXY to the 94, and we're heading to the 94. The USDZAR have said also you're heading to the 17.25. The also the GBPUSD, things like that. This is not just I'm not just looking at the support and resistance, the technical analysis. No, I'm looking at the macroeconomic view, macroeconomic perspective. So those who don't understand about the macroeconomic perspective, I'll keep the link of my USD video. You can check it. I've, I've, I've explained the USD pair itself from the macroeconomic view down to the technical, down to the COT report, the USDZAR video. Also, I'll keep the link on my bio. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, with your colleagues, with all the forex traders out there, all the forex investors out there. Share this video so that we must continue growing this channel. And please don't forget, if you want to work with me, I'll go take on my bio. There's my Apple link whereby you can check me there, and you can continue working together. And I'll also start keeping my work email, whereby this email is going to be for work purpose. So when you need to work me, whenever you need me to train you how to look at the market from the economic policies, that because when you look at the market, guys, when you look at the market from the economic policy, you know directly that this pair is going to be a long uptrend. So you start buying the pair early more than others. People will come to understand that pay is an uptrend. Like right now, many people didn't know that the euros is going to be an uptrend. So right now they are knowing that the USD is an uptrend, but they have missed the early run. So I don't want you to be among those traders. So thank you for your time. I hope this week is going to be a good trading week